When did you first start watching The Daily Hour?
I didn't watch it at the very beginning, but I started watching the not online, offline, because I would have to watch you late at night because I was busy during the day. But I've been watching you offline. Probably the last couple of years I've been online. I first started watching the Daily Hour Monday, May 4th, 2020, during the pandemic. I started watching the Daily Hour in 2020. I want to say probably in early June was when I saw a notification from Carla Zoo and wanted to see what it was all about.
Well, I'll first start by saying it was an accident. I was looking for the Trevor Noah show, and which is called The Daily Show, and The Daily Hour picked up. So, needless to say, I don't watch Trevor Noah anymore. So the week of May 4th, which I believe is when Daily Hour started, it was within that same week. It's within that same week of May 4th, 2020. I signed in and I've been hooked ever since.
Yeah, I think probably close to the beginning, I imagine. We definitely were watching a lot of stuff online, and I thought it'd be cool to get to see little interviews with folks doing stuff locally.
I started watching when you first came on with it. I heard about it. I think you talked to me about it as well. And I'm pretty sure I've been there with you since your first year.
What keeps you coming back to The Daily Hour?
I love his intelligence. I love how he does not fear. And even when it comes down to topics of, you know, cultural differences, whatever, there is no fear. And the confidence is what I love. And also the vocabulary. No, I'm not a cyber stalker of Jamel Hartman, just for the record.
During the pandemic, it was a way for me to feel connected to people outside of my home. But then it more became about the daily discussion. What is going on in our local community? Ways that we can look at a situation and also come up with solutions. And to be very honest, I also like the competitions that we hear with the daily play. That always keeps me coming back. And the news. That's where I get my news from.
Well, in the first instance, the dad jokes, the entertainment. It is informative. It is educational. It offers a safe space for individuals to at least voice their opinion on a variety of matters. It covers many of the taboo conversations that the public may be afraid to address. The Daily Hour manages to bring in representatives that can address all of those topics. And those are the type of things that actually bring me to enjoy the Daily Hour and the subject matters that it brings to the table.
I watch because I'm keen on the public interest stories. I like the interviews with people doing things in the community. And it's really helpful to raise awareness on what's on the go. Often you hear from folks, oh, there's nothing to do in Bermuda, but I mean, 1,000 episodes or whatever it is. Clearly, that's not the case because there's someone different on almost every episode.
I love the unbiasedness sometimes that I hear, and also the people that you bring on, like they're normally in touch with things that are going on in the community. They're people where the topic may be something that we are talking about within the communities. And so I do appreciate the diversity of people that you do bring onto the show.
How has The Daily Hour impacted you?
One, it has kept me informed. I am a believer in being a lifelong learner. So coming and watching, I don't always engage as much as I used to. But what keeps me coming back is the fact that I know I'm going to learn something new every day. It's never the same.
The hosts are very engaged, and the guests are always interesting, even if it's not somebody that I would have thought to bring on. It's always something that I learn and feel like I am part of a wider community than what I normally engage with.
Our offers myself a safe space. We're all caught up in our daily siloed conversations and existences. And for me, it has, like many others, we get caught up in our work, our family. But this being the Daily Hour, offers an outlet, an opportunity to have a voice, to be actually heard in that safe space. It offers a safe space, a safe haven to have conversations.
I think the most salient part is the news segments can keep you abreast of things happening locally as well as some international news, which is nice because given the kind of current state of our mainstream media, I find I try to avoid it generally. But as far as like the local news, media my go-tos to keep me up to speed. And also yourself and the discussions that happen with the audience are often in opposition to my own positions on things. And I like that, having an opportunity to kind of have to defend my own position or rethink my own position based on new arguments being posed is something that I find useful.
The impact for me is it as a in the role that I fit in as a politician, and I'm always one who talks about informing and educating my people so that they're always able to make informed decisions. And one of the things I think that the Daily Hour brings is that you guys you dig deep, you ask the hard questions, and you stick to the facts. And from where I sit in my political space, I appreciate that. And it's one of the things that I like to pride myself on as well. Is that I sometimes am telling someone about something that may have happened or information that I may have received. And I say to them, don't always believe it because Renee mean to Gina. I said you can go and you can find that information out on this and and I'll give links and places that they can look at. And I think the impact from you guys is definitely like about keeping it factual, keeping our people informed, and always just kind of giving the truth on what's actually happening.
Well, I think being able to sit here and in the comfort of my own home and listen to comments and learn, understand. I think one of the standout people you've had is Craig. You know, Craig, I remember Craig when he was a little boy growing up not too far from me here in Somerset. And Craig Simmons, I'm speaking of. And he's got it all together. Craig puts it right into perspective for us. And, we learn a lot from people like that. So I actually enjoy that kind of thing. It's just excellent, excellent, excellent. Opens the whole island to you. And I like that you have these guests from all over. And not every guest thinks alike.
I love how the Daily Hour has broadened my horizon on many, many different topics. It's quite a few I can think of, but the most recent was the gentleman, I don't remember his name off heart, but he spoke on the culture of the Portuguese, Bermudians, and and it even touched on Jamaica. So that was very interesting to me.
What value do you believe the Daily Hour adds to the community?
It offers an opportunity for the community to be healthy. We're familiar with the hierarchy of needs. Step one being food and water. Then you've got shelter. Well, the third one is social. And the Daily Hour offers that part of the community of self-actualizing, is the way I like to word it. And by doing so, my hope is that with the continued growth of the Daily Hour, our community will also grow healthily.
I think the real value is that it's real time and the engagement from not just the people who are working for the Daily Hour, but those who are listening and contributing, that you actually feel like you're part of something, like you are engaged enough to be able, and you can type your questions and you can contribute with your comments. The impact of the Daily Hour was actually really inclusive, not just the reporting persons, but the audience as well.
The value the Daily Hour adds, it provides a platform for people doing community service and building communities in Bermuda to reach a wider audience. There's, several channels that streams too, right, on Channel 82 and YouTube and all of the other social media things.
Probably one of the few shows where people from both political parties, independents, especially during election time, was very, very good, very informative. I think it exposes a lot of the problems we have, and hopefully those of us on this end watching can see that and can think about how we can improve things.
It touches on so many different topics, so many. And I love the fact that it touches on topics that most of us don't even think about. And I think that it definitely will broaden all of our horizons, everybody, because it just touches on everything.
What would you say to those who don't watch, haven't watched, or have never even heard of the Daily Hour?
I would suggest you take one morning, come on, have a listen, and just kind of stay in tune and in touch with what's going on, because it's local media. And I think we really appreciate what they bring. And we should be supporting our own anyhow. So if anyone hasn't heard, I tell you, take 1 hour and you'll be back.
I would say that it would probably be a good idea to have a look at it. And I don't think they'd be disappointed. I guess, hey, if you live in Somerset and you work in town, you can't watch the Daily Hour, okay? You're fighting traffic at that time. But if you can't watch it live, then watching it later will assist. But in watching it live, the good thing is that you get to comment.
I constantly tell people to watch the Daily Hour because it's extremely informative. I mean, I'll be transparent. I've been late to work because of the Daily Hour, because sometimes it finishes after 9, and I like to be like this in the TV. So that's just me, and I constantly say it. I've said it to my supervisor. I'm sorry, I will stay behind late. I'll work till 6, 7 o'clock, but I have to watch the Daily Hour. I constantly tell people to watch the Daily Hour because it's extremely, on so many different levels, informative.
I would say try it at least once, especially around an occasion that is culturally relevant. When we had the election, these types of things, because engaging in one of those types of daily hour shows will tell you why you should keep coming back and back. It's always got the pulse of what is happening right now with our community, from sports to politics to just the general feel for how the people of Bermuda are at this present time.
Think of a subject, a topic that is your passion. And I can almost guarantee you that there is a place, there is a space, there is a conversation that the Daily Hour has covered. And if they haven't covered it, I can guarantee you that your topic would be the next on the list. So watch the Daily Hour, be fulfilled, enjoy, be entertained, be educated, and also you educate someone else too.
I've met people through the community on the Daily Hour, right? Like there's folks who have seen them in the comments, and then I see them in real life and say, oh, yeah, we have that thing in common now. We both watched that show. And to those who haven't or who maybe have stopped, as they give another try.
As the Daily Hour celebrates 5 years, 1,100 episodes, what would you say to the Daily Hour?
I would say, well done. Keep it going. I know that my friends who are unable to watch at, at the time you're on will often call and say, did you see so and so this morning? Did you see this morning? And so you have a lot more people watching than we think. You've done a great job. You've done a great job. And all the young people are wonderful, wonderful. And I especially like the girls you have now. They kill me. Uh, Media Maya, I think, is brings a whole lot to the show.
I don't mean to sound, I love you, Bruce. I don't mean to sound like a cyber stalker of Jamel Hartman, but Jamel, just don't leave because I'm going to be transparent. If you left, then, here we go. Because I love, like I said, I believe I mentioned it before, you're very humble. Your vocabulary I love. I constantly have to go to google.com because, the words that you use, but you're still extremely humble. And that every time I think about it, it just makes me emotional. Sorry. No, sorry, but not sorry. This is who I am, and I'm stating how I feel.
I would like to say thank you very much for allowing me to be a part of your community. It has been a pleasure. It has been a joy. I have met so many people just out on the street now because I engage in the Daily Hour, and I wish the Daily Hour community and family many, many more years of success and engaging with the Bermudian public locally and overseas. Well done and congratulations.